Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53, M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one is located on the south spawn of Ghost Town, and it's under the command of CL1CKER. Yes, he's been busily playing away, and he's got some replays to show us. Some interesting games, to say the least. Well, first one off is in the M53, M55. As you know, this was an Arty designed basically in the 50s, but actually put into production and then used during 1952 to 1960 by the Americans, and it actually did see service in Vietnam. This version, the M55, actually had the 8-inch howitzer and actually was used by the US Army, although it wasn't quite as colourful as this one, to say the least. Okay, it's got an 8-inch howitzer, 203mm, 900 alpha, 52mm of pen, and it's got a standard reload of 40.27 seconds. But in actuality, you can see CL1CKER's got it down to 32.42. Okay, as you know, he's one of our expert players. He's been sending in some very nice replays. He does stream on Twitch TV, just like Oxidor does. So if you want to catch CL1CKER or Oxidor, you can actually find them there. Now he's just looking at the moment. Can he get a shot in the Malshan? Well, he landed that one next door to him for 48 hit points. Immediately goes into cover just to avoid being shot at by any enemy tank. We saw a shell that actually went in his direction, but I don't think it was aimed at him. I think it's more likely aimed at some of our teammates. Now, actually was made from an M47 pattern tank. They actually took them off the production line, a tank that was due to be turned into a proper tank, a medium tank, and turned them into an Arty instead. Direct hit on the BZ-176, good shot. 435 hit points of damage from that one. Next target is an ISU 152. You can see there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks in that corner. One of the reasons why sometimes it's actually better to go to the very corner of the map rather than actually stay on the center areas where you can get shooting up some of the roads. That was a direct hit. That certainly hurt someone. The ISU is probably regretting making a move towards that corner. Over here we've got a pattern tank. Now that's the well, there are several versions of the pattern in the game. There's the Ripper pattern, there's the standard pattern tank, the M48 rather, and of course there were several versions that were taken out of the game before the pattern tank was put in as a premium tank this Christmas. So quite a variety. I actually looked it up. I was quite surprised that there were so many different pattern tanks, as well as the derivatives that actually came from them. Of course, the M60 is a derivative of the pattern, and we're going to give this SU-14 a little bit of a help, because he's rather slow, and we're quite fast by comparison. We can do 56.3 kilometers an hour, and although we're slightly slower than him at the moment, I think he's happy with that spot there. Although he's actually much slower than us, he probably could do with the extra movement, the extra push. Okay, Bisonte, perfectly lined up, rounds out, direct hit, 328, and the stun helped because we've got some stun assist. You can see the shell actually landed on the bottom of the turret, right at the join. Of course, there are plates there to actually, the space plates, which actually help with blocking shots, but still damaged. Okay, looking at the Malshan now. Rounds out. Oh! Now that's interesting. It did hit the Malshan, and we did get the twang from the shell bouncing off, but no explosions. So presumably Wargaming would explain that one away by saying, oh, it was a dud. That is actually true. There are duds in artillery shells. Every now and then a shell doesn't go off, but it's very, very rare actually. Today it's very rare, obviously, because the fuses are so much better. But it did happen in the past, and I suspect that there are shells littered all over battleship fields that have actually dug themselves into the ground quite deeply, but are still actually live. They just haven't gone off because the fuse didn't work. And talking about fuses, that's something that the Americans had a big problem with. Oh, that was very close. Yeah, the Americans had a big problem with some of their fuses during the Second World War, mainly because the fuses they put into their torpedoes, the Mark 14s, were incapable of actually detonating the charge. And so on many occasions, the Americans actually did get huge numbers of hits on Japanese aircraft carriers, battleships, you name it. They hit them with multiple hits with from the same sub, maybe as many as 6 torpedoes hitting an enemy tank, but then none of them went off. Absolutely none of them, because the fuses didn't work. All the unusual things that you find out about the history of warfare. These guys over here on the other side of the battlefield have put themselves in a position where they can actually be hit with just one shell. You can get multiple hits. And I think that BZ-176, he just blasted his round, but he's pulled back, and now he's letting the 430 have a chance. But that BZ is a one-shot. So if the shell lands near him, he's out the game. Rounds out. Will this kill the BZ? Well, it hit the 430, but 354, but it didn't kill him. And now we are pulling back and relocating. Oh, now that's interesting. 1,446 hit points of stun assist off the 430, and he did go out the game. So it looks like that shell has just earned CL1CKER either an ace tanker or probably something fairly close to it. Rounds out the back chat. We lost the teammate, but we did get some actual damage off the back chat 25 TAP or Vansank TAP. That's the tier 9 version of the back chat. I think we're a little safer on that side of the map now, because all they've got is the back chat, Vansank, and the pattern. On this side of the map, well, we're a bit further up on the enemy. They may have one side of the town, but we have the field on the east side of the map. Mostly because our guys are hiding. Rounds out. Oh, he got the kill. Blind kill. Or did he? No, he didn't. I'm wrong. That was the SU-14-2 that got the kill. It was his shell that hit the Batchat Vansank DAP. And there goes the ISU-152. That's one of the tanks he blind hit earlier in the game, CL1CKER. So now we've got a Malshan and a Chieftain prototype. Well, that landed behind the Malshan. So we probably got some splash off that one. Looks like somebody's been firing HE at him, because you can see the yellow stains just above the tracks. Patton tank over on the other side of the battlefield. Our teammates are actually requesting fire on the Patton. Rounds out. Again, hits the building. Okay, our guys are moving up on that side of the map. So if he's actually still aiming for the mouse. Oh, cheeky! A 53 TP just went through the gap underneath the building. Now we might be able to get a shell in there. We're only seconds away from being able to shoot. Okay. Rounds out. Oh, he got hit. 422. Good shot. Our Charlemagne's moving up to try and get a hit, but the problem is he's got to face a 53 TP with more health. Can we get a shot in there to help? Well, we might be able to. The 53 TP just took a hit. Not sure who hit him, but I think it may have been the T103 who hit him. It may have been him. Okay, we're looking at that Malshan. He might come through the field of fire. Okay, we've got a shot. Rounds out. Go for a kill. Yes! Solid kill. Took the opportunity as it presented itself. The pattern tank on the other side of the battlefield is being overwhelmed, but the enemy Arty is actually firing in that direction. Now, I suspect the enemy Arty will be up in A0. I suspect that, but I can't be certain. Ooh, we just lost our pattern tank there. Going for the Malshan. Rounds out. Hits his rear. 355. He's racked up a combined damage of over 6,500. And remember, there are a couple of blind shots in there. So CL1CKER probably could have well over 7,000 already. I think it's very likely he does have that. I just heard the rumble of enemy RT, yes, and the T103 on our team just got hit. So he's the one who's actually firing in on the rear of that Malshan. So he's getting assist. And our T103 just goes down to the object 416. Another hit on the Malshan. In fact, we've just lost another tank to a Nomad. As you know, the Nomad is now the replacement for the Challenger, so to speak. Well, it's an additional tank, Challenger with a different body. Okay, can we get a shot without getting hit? Here we go. One round. Oh, it hit the building. Oh, that's so annoying. Yes, I think that was a frustrating one for CL1CKER. He's going to have to give it another go. You can see the number of shells he's put into the rear of that guy. Okay. There is the RT up in the corner. I thought he was up in A0. I did say he's going for the corner. Rounds out. Well, it was a 122 TM that took the hit. The annoying thing is now the Malshan is still alive. The Nomad is clearing away our tanks in the center. And all we've got is the Kampfpanzer 7RH and, of course, the Su-14-2. And he's not in a very good position. In fact, he's being focused by the enemy RT at the moment. So despite the fact that CL1CKER seems to have done a massive job, it's now looking as if they are going to lose this game. And there goes the Su-14-2, taken out by the AMBT, rounds out. Good, solid hit, but unfortunately it's not enough, and he only got 476 off it. We've got a 122 TM inbound, or is he going to come this way? He's trying to put the rock between him and CL1CKER. And they are now camping. We lost the Kampfpanzer. So it's just CL1CKER left alive now. And he's facing 8 enemy. Arty takes him out. And it does look as if that guy was actually in the dip. Here's the end of battle stats, and despite that being a defeat, CL1CKER managed to get a first-class tanker out of that game. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he got the high caliber in the game for dealing the most damage overall. His win rate, 4,596, which is Super Unicum standard. Sadly, his teammates weren't up to it, and they lost. So he managed to get 4,461 hit points of damage. The next highest damage was the pattern tank on the enemy team, 3,662. Then the Nomad with 3,350 in third place. You can see the next best player on CL1CKER's team actually only got 1,848, and that turned out to be the Su-14-2, the school bus. So yes, his teammates weren't very, very good actually in that game, and they just weren't performing at the same standard as CL1CKER. but the enemy team were, and you can see even their Arty was doing well. He got a Confederate and 2,646 hit points of damage in the FP3805, the guy who actually killed him. When it came to kills, the high scorer was the Nomad, 3 kills to him. 53 TP got 2, so did the Object 416 in the AMBT, and only one player on our team actually managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the school bus, the SU-14-2, and CL1CKER got another one. And there were a few others who managed to get kills, but they only got 1 kill each. And when it came to base XP, you can see that CL1CKER was way ahead of the others, but the top scorers were, of course, the enemy team. The Nomad managed 1,093, the 53 TP managed 1,075. They were the only two who managed to get over 1,000 base, with the next one being the 416 getting 929. And we can see that there were 6 players who managed to get, 7 players actually. Was it? No, 8 players who managed to get more than CL1CKER did on base XP. He fired 20 rounds. It's a lot of effort. Unfortunately, it was just not enough because his teammates weren't performing, as I said. 12 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot. Now, which one can we guess that he actually got a hit and penetrated him? Well, it turned out to be the Batchat Vatsang TAP, who managed to get 920 hit points out of that guy with that 1 penetrating round. So it's a high roll. When it came to the rest, 18 splashes, 4,461, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit. It was a penetrating shot. And in fact, actually, that was the FB3805 who managed to get a shell to come in almost directly from above, went straight through the cabin, took him out of the game. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged. 1 was killed. So it's an 8 difference. 3,746 hit points of stun assist of 19 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 2,416 credits from the game. And he also took away 1,533 experience points as well. But sadly, yes, as I said, it was a loss. And despite the fact that he had an 8 difference in the score, we can see that the FB3805 with his Confederate, and if I bring those figures up, he got a 7 and 1 actually. So only had a 6 difference. Whereas, of course, CL1CKER had an 8 difference on his. So I'm a bit puzzled as to why he didn't get a Confederate as well, but there you go. We can't know everything, I suppose. The Maushan also got a steel wall in that game as well, but he didn't do well on the damage, but he certainly blocked a lot of shots. I could say here he was blocked 11. He just qualified for the steel wall after that one. So I hope you enjoyed that first replay. There's more to come from CL1CKER, so do stick around and there's another one on the way. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.